Now, people have been asking us, Andrew Fogg from Dedant here in Frankfurt, how's your bees doing? Well, you know what? I haven't cracked them this year. We've been very busy doing a lot of stuff. And I thought I'm going to get somebody in here from Dedant, which is right down the road. I didn't know about you guys until recently. You're one of the biggest bee outfitters in a long, long stretch of the country.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been around for 155 years. We're still a family-owned business. We have about 10 locations across the nation.
1863, that's a long time. Yeah. Now, I have not checked anything for a while. Now, last year we gathered a swarm, put them in a box, and that's pretty much where we're at. And they seem to be thriving.
All right, let's take a look, see what we got going on here. The small hole in here, they actually built up propolis completely around that hole to pretty much seal it up. You can literally pull the propolis out, roll it up, and that's beeswax. Propolis is, for the most part, beeswax.
Now, at this point, what are you looking for?
At this point, we're looking for brood. We want to pull out frames and see a good amount of brood right now. The queen should be in full gear, really laying eggs, and what we want to see is her laying a lot of eggs, because that gives us more of leeway to actually put another deep on so she can travel upwards and start laying more. Now, it's not 100% important that you find the queen when you're in your hive. A lot of people get caught up on trying to play a Where's Waldo of where the queen is. Well, the queen's in here. Her evidence is all over the frames.
She's laying.
Yeah, she's doing a very good job laying. This is a queen cell, and she is sealed up. So they are expecting to either swarm or get a new queen. We have another queen cell. So we had one on this side of the frame, and we have another one right here. So you have two queens capped and ready to come out.
So when they're crowded, they're saying, okay, we need to branch out here.
We actually have a queen cell that is chewing its way out. There's little cracks right along the top. She's pushing that little cap right off. Oh, there she is, brand new queen. I think our best option maybe is to let them swarm. What she'll do, because she was that queen that we just saw hatched, was the first to emerge, she'll actually go around and sting the other queen cells. All these queen cells that are on here are her competition. Clearly, with that many amount of queens, they felt like they ran out of space. What we did before your top brood box, we're going to switch it up a bit, and we're going to use what is known as plasticell. Plasticell is, of course, plastic, and it is coated with wax.
And they're going to start sealing that up shortly, won't they?
Yes. These cracks along here, they will seal it up with propolis. What we'll also do is we'll open this entrance reducer here, because right now is the busy time. Right now is when they need the least amount of restraint going in and out of the hive.
So we've got 3 different situations. I lost one nuke box. So when the bees leave, that's the perfect place for somebody else to take up residence.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, imagine if you moved into a house that was already built and already had food.
Yeah.
Chock full of food.
The ants were digging that.
Yeah. There's 2 quick things, or 2 hard lessons with beekeeping. You're gonna get stung and you're gonna kill bees.
Yeah.
And it's the nature of the beast.
I've got another hive over here that was done. And I think somebody came in there. And this has happened to me a couple times. Is this common?
Yeah, that's common. I mean, it is a place, I mean, you have a box that's set up for bees to live. And also, more than likely when those bees died out, there was honey, there was food in there for them. So when they swarm, of course, they go up into a tree and they send out their scouts. Now, probably one of the scouts poked its head in there and said, oh, you know, there's tons of food. There's
nobody
space.
Home.
Yeah, there's nobody home. Let's just move right on in. So that's more than likely what happened. So what we're finding is even in this bottom brood box, there's no brood, which is very odd for right this time of year. They're just doing their thing. They're eating, which explains why there's no honey in the super yet. How do we fix that problem is the next step. Well, you did have a hive just over here with a bunch of queen cells in it. For a short-term solution, we can get one of those queens off of one of those frames.
Will they accept those other bees from that other hive, or will you mask their scent somehow?
I will not transfer any of the bees. You actually have a good number of bees here.
Right.
What we'll be transferring is solely just the brood with a queen cell on it.
Huh.
So they will actually take that brood and rear it. Bring that frame over, install it into this brood box. She'll hatch, you'll have a queen. And when we come back and check, hopefully we'll see brood. We should see brood.
What's the average lifespan of a bee?
Average lifespan of a bee right now is about 40 days.
Wow.
A lot of your bees that are actually going out and scavenging, a good portion of them actually won't make it back to the hive. By the time, because the last part of their life cycle is flying and gathering. So in that last stretch of their life, either their wings wear out or they get eaten or they don't make it back. Of course, there's still a good portion that make it back to the hive and they're able to produce enough pollen and produce enough nectar to get a good honey flow.
But each hive has its own personality, does it not?
Absolutely, and sometimes it actually is based on the characteristic of that bee. Your Italian, Carney, Caucasian, they seem to be more your mild-mannered bee. You can also have some Russian bees. Russian bees are they're a bit more aggressive, and in some cases you also can have not full Africanization, but some Africanization of a hive. And you'll know immediately when you have Africanization of a hive, because if you're sitting on your back deck and they're coming after you, that's an Africanized hive. If you do have a hive that's hunting you down every time you step foot outdoors, we, instead of course sealing up the hive and burning it, I would recommend hunting for that queen, which will be a hard task. Africanized behavior, when you open it up, they're gonna hide. But we recommend finding that queen, pinching her head off, and replacing her with a more milder bee.
Folks see this segment, they want to find out more about bees, how do they do that?
Well, they can call us, and that phone number is 502-848-0000. And you can log on to dedant.com and click on the shop tab and literally find just about anything you need.
Thank you so much for coming out today and helping us out. Very interesting to see that queen come out. You said it was National Geographic type stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. You may win an award for this.
We need all kinds of awards. Thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.